first one is, let's say, a smart city means that we have to make the citizen more happy. This is an important point, so the citizen has to feel better in a smart city. The second important point is that the city has to reach sustainability in much easier way. The third point is that the city has to become, let's say, an innovation hub, able, let's say, to attract the different stakeholders in terms of companies, private companies, public companies, academia, and entrepreneurs. So we have a very good experience in Santander, let's say, with the fact that the Smart Santander triggered a new model, a new economical model, which has biased, let's say, from the traditional tourist approach towards a much more economical model based on knowledge and innovation. That means that, in essence, the smart city is a meeting point for different stakeholders, the citizens, the companies, the public entities, the private entities, and is a responsibility of all of them, let's say, to success on this fantastic journey. The European Commission launched the idea of creating ecosystems. So it was clear that the technology was not enough for promoting ideas like the smart city, but it was needed to go beyond the traditional technology. And then this is the way how, let's say, the European Network of Living Labs was born, with the main aim of involving different stakeholders, once more, the companies, the public sector, the private sector, but in particular also the citizens, so the society. So this is an important point. We had a mayor which was really committed. He's a visionary person who helped us from the very beginning in succeeding in the project. So I want also to highlight the important point, let's say, the important role played by the politicians, by the public authorities in making, let's say, in succeeding in the project. Is the innovation ecosystem. And this is also, it has a lot of impact in terms of economy. So the idea of having, let's say, the possibility that the technology that we deploy, besides providing the services to the citizen, besides improving the quality of life, is also going to support, let's say, the change of economical model. The idea that industry is going to be interested to deploy technology, to cooperate with the different stakeholders around Santander or around the smart city that you plan to deploy. The smart city doesn't mean that we start from scratch, that we forget, we omit what we had before, but means that we have, let's say, to integrate what we had in the past with the new technology that is coming. And new technology doesn't mean that it's just new IoT devices, but also data already available, already managed by the city. All of the cities around the world, in one way, in another way, they are generating enormous amount of data. And those data has to be integrated, aiming at having, let's say, a better knowledge of the city in real time. What we are aiming at is that the citizen becomes, in a certain extent, some kind of co-creator stakeholder. So the idea that he or she thinks about new ideas, new possibilities based on the technology, they come to the municipality. We have different contests. We have contests. Every 2 months we set up a contest in which we call for ideas, and the winner has some budget for setting up this idea and for running the idea and for assessing the idea. So this is what we call the co-creation aspect. Very important, because the citizen, once more, will increase, let's say, this happiness KPI, which is so important from the city perspective. And then we have, let's say, more applications that are being built based on the, let's say, on the real needs prioritized by the municipality. This is important. So the municipality always prioritizes which are the services more demanded from the citizen perspective and from a municipality perspective. We will be able, once I mean we, the municipality and the different stakeholders, we will be able, let's say, to predict the events, the potential incidences, and then to go forward to prevent or, let's say, to overcome them. The organical growth of the city. So the idea that the citizens involved with their decisions, with their co-creation, will, let's say, stimulate, will encourage this organical growth of the city.